Alright, Shalom. Call Allah Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostle nails of the great millstone. This lesson is entitled, Be Humble, so that the Most High can exalt you. The first scripture I'm going to read is 1 Peter 5 and 6. It says, Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that He may exalt you in due time. Right, so you got to be humble. You got to bring yourself low. You know, this world or this kingdom here teaches you to be proud. Be proud of everything you do. You know, be proud of who you are. Even if you don't know anything, they want you to be proud. But you got to be humble so that the Most High Yahweh might exalt you. This is Proverbs 25, starting at verse 6. It says, Put not forth thyself in the presence of the king, and stand not in the place of great men. For better it is to be said unto thee, Come up hither, than thou shouldest be put lower in the presence of the prince, whom thine eyes have seen. Right? So it's better to when you come in and seat yourself, you know, don't come in and boast yourself as being proud, like, oh yeah, you know me, yeah, you know me, you know. Don't come in being like that. You got to be humble. So you know, you got to take the low seat, so that the king may call you up and bring you to a higher place. That's why I said you got to be humble. You got to be able to take the low in order to be brought up. This is Luke chapter 9, verse 48. It says, this is Yahweh speaking, and said unto them, Whosoever shall receive this child in my name receiveth me, and whosoever shall receive me receiveth him that sent me. For he that is least among you all, the same shall be great. Right, so like I said, you got to put off your pride, put off whatever you think you know, because we don't know anything. You know, so when you say receiving a child, you receive him as being born again. You know, renewing your mind, getting rid of or putting off of all those things that you think you know in the world, and becoming as a child as you know nothing, going back to that sincere milk before you can get that meat. You know, going as a child knowing nothing, so that he may grow and edify you and bring you up to a higher level. You know, because if you can do that and receive him, then it says, shall receive me, receiveth him that sent me. So if you receive Yahweh Shai, you receive the Most High, you receive Yahweh. And he'll bring you up and make you great. Let's see. This is James chapter 4, verse 10. It says, Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. Once again, you gotta be humble. You gotta be humble if you wanna be great. You gotta be low. See, the Most High, he deals with balance. He's literally the perfect balance. As he said, I form the light, I create darkness, I make peace, I create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things. He's perfect balance in everything. So you know, if you want to be great, you gotta be least. You gotta be humble at some point. You know, you gotta be abased. And last, I want to get the parable of that. Let's see. This is going to be Luke the 14th chapter, starting at verse 7. This is a parable that Yahweh Shai was speaking to his disciples. And it says, And he put forth a parable to those which were bidden, when he marked how they chose out of the chief room, saying unto them, When thou art bidden of any man to a wedding, sit not down in the highest room, lest a more honorable man than thou be bidden of him. And he that bade thee and him come and say to thee, Give this man place, and thou begin with shame to take the lowest room. See, right there. If you come in thinking you all that, thinking you deserve this because you did this or you did that, you come in, big headed like that, he'll tell you, hey, give up your seat because this man is more. This who I want sitting next to me. This who I want sitting at this part of the table. I want him sitting in the high seat. And then now you gotta take, how the world say, you gotta take that walk of shame back to the lowest part. And you don't want to do that. That's why you want to come in being humble, being low, being meek, so that he might bring you up to the highest point. But verse 10, but when thou art bidden, go and sit down in the lowest. This is what you should do. But when thou art bidden, go and sit down in the lowest room, that when he that bade thee cometh, when the king come in, he may say unto thee, Friend, go up higher. Then shalt thou have worship in the presence of them that sit at meat with thee. Right. Because now you came in humble, you came in low. Now the king came in like, hey, I know you. You did this for me, you did that for me, you are this to me, you are this and that. He like, come sit up higher. I want you to sit in a higher seat. He gonna have more respect unto you. And then you'll be praised by the king. And verse 11 says, For whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. Let's look up that word abased. Let's see. It says tapino, and it says to make low, to bring low. So a base is gonna be brought low, to be brought low. Metaphorically, to bring, to level, to reduce to a plane. Metaphorically, to bring into a humble condition, reduce to meaner circumstances, to assign a lower rank. Let's see. To be ranked below others who are honored or rewarded. To humble or abase myself, to lower, depress of one's soul, bring down one's pride. There you go. Check this one out. Of one's soul, bring down one's pride. Right. You're gonna humble you. You come in prideful. Oh, to be a base, you're gonna bring that pride right on down. To have a modest opinion of oneself, to behave in an unassuming manner, devoid of all haughtiness. Right. So be brought low. So like I said, if you come in, you gotta be humble, you gotta be low, you gotta be meek. You gotta be as a little child. You gotta take that milk before you can eat the meat. You can't come in thinking, oh, well, I got a degree, I got this, I know this. No, you don't know anything, because this word is not based on carnal knowledge. This word is based on spiritual knowledge. And you have to be abased, you have to be brought low, you have to be humble, you have to be meek, you have to be as that little child in order for the Most High to start dealing with you, to build you up into that great spiritual knowledge. So hope you brothers were edified with that. Shalom.